push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw right away is Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll get this up to about the 44. The Browns at 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Fournette on the counter. Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady will swing this out to Fournette. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Shotgun now for Brady. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Fournette, a first down carry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Easy.
They will run for the first time here with White. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So Brady departs, and on it's Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. Oh, he falls over it. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Fournette. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Brady now on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless 1st half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Brady now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the 1st half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Second and 12. Play action. Now it's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Brady going to throw. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Brady. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
On 1st down, Brady. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Here's Brady to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw is Brady. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleep.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Pushes him over. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide over.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Shaquille Barrett buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Brady. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Up the gun, Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And this offense on 3rd down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 11. Now Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And now Watson throws another interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is
blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
That's going to be caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Buccaneers extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. Extra point put through by Succop, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Dearness Johnson. And finally out of bounds, so he doesn't take it the distance. All but 5 yards shy of the end zone.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They'll run with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. Now Cade York for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. To throw, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But we keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating. But his message there, keep waiting.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Yards rushing for him now to this point. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another